everybody is so like in simpatico with each other. It's like it's a very idealized way of what working together could be, but it's also like very false because that's not really true interdependency. It's literally one band, one sound. Everybody's doing the same thing because they are the same thing. Hey, what's up, Rashad? This is the Upon Further Review, and today I want to talk about the new show on Apple TV Plus called Pluribus. Watched the first 2 episodes. Very interesting show and premise. All spoilers, gotta talk about a thing to talk about a thing. And the premise of the show is quite simple, but it's kind of complex. Like how we get to that point of the premise it's a little, it's complex. Okay, so the premise of the show is this. What if there was a zombie outbreak, but the zombies are really nice people and they're still alive? Like that's the easiest way that I can kind of explain this show without giving it all away. If I had to get like a non-spoiler review, like that would be what I think the premise would be of this show. What's zombie outbreak, zombies are still alive, and they're actually really nice. And as I was watching this, like I was like, wow, like this is really interesting, because even how at the beginning of the show, there's the whole message going out from billions of light years away, and they intercept it, and it's an RNA, the ribonucleic acid. I think that's what the R is for, and then the astronomers figure out that it spells out an RNA sequence. So what do scientists do? In all their hubris, they go and try to actually recreate the RNA sequence in a lab. So when they go to make the sequence, of course, they got to test it on animals, testing on lab rats. Lab rats bites the lady. Boom, all of a sudden, she starts tweaking, and then looks like she's dead, wakes back up, kisses her lab partner. He starts convulsing, and then we see how the virus is going to propagate throughout the world. And it's like that part of me was like, ooh, this is crazy. And even how they kind of like intercut with the person who's going to be like our main. I can't even call her a protagonist. She's just like our main character, which is Helen. No, I'm sorry, it's not Helen. Her name is Rhea. And Rhea is a romance novelist, and she hates her job, kind of hates her life, even though it's kind of got her paid. She hates her fans. Like, she just hates everything. Only thing she doesn't hate is going to be, like I meant to say earlier, is Helen, which is like her partner, and also like her partner. And everybody around her ends up dying, and she's dying, or actually becomes like a part of this this virus. And the virus is kind of I can explain it. It's a hive mind. But the thing about this hive mind, like, we don't know who is in control of the hive, because everybody's saying like we came here, we did this, and she's freaking out and not understanding that anything. Like there's a part where they're at a bar, and like the virus starts where they are in I think it's in Albuquerque. And everybody in the bar is either falling out or is tweaking, and then her girl catches it because I guess somebody like propagated the virus through the drinks. I don't think she had anything to drink yet, and because she's an alcoholic, so she's not trying to drink at all. And there's in that scene, like her girl falls out, and she tries to save her. Steals the truck because the guy was tweaking out in the truck, but eventually everybody starts to wake up, and it's like it's really crazy because it's at a point where they're trying to also kiss her. So there's this, to me, like the like after everything is said and done with that part of this part of the story, and you have like the whole realization that it's a hive mind because she's watching TV and she's talking to like the person that's over the Department of Agriculture as she's watching TV, and she is totally bugged right at this point. And I was like, man, like what is going on? And he's talking and he knows her, he knows like what's going on in her life and everything. And then at this point, she's like not understanding. And she's even asking nigga, who is we? and the person on TV is not really answering, but kind of gives her like a quick overview of kind of what's going on. And essentially, she says, hey man, like virus, originated from an extraterrestrial RNA, transformed humanity. Boom. Now, like I said, this is sort of like, utopic kind of hive mind. And right now, she and like there's like 12 people total, or like 11, is it 11 or 12? Basically, it's like 11 people total, and they're immune. Okay. But they're trying to figure out why they're immune so they can then also bring them on with the hive mind. And I think that's like the funniest part to me is like it's like the given, like the push and pull of her being immune and the others being immune, and then how the hive responds to her. And the hive just doesn't like negativity. And I think that's one of the most interesting parts of this show, because it's like it's like the like being an angry white woman is not beneficial. And Vince Gilligan playing with that whole notion, I think that's really funny. Because usually, as we see, there's a whole phrase coined for that. Like, being a Karen does not matter. As a matter of fact, being a Karen is also can be a very ominous and almost genocidal type thing, because when the hive mind responds to her negativity, it starts to go into that same state that the other people did when they were transforming into the hive mind. It's like they're almost like having like this catatonic / like seizure induced state, because they're both like unaware, but they're still like they're having a seizure almost. And when that happens, because they're controlling the hive as one, people just die because you don't know what they were doing at the time. And this happens twice in the show. And by the second episode, this happens, and then it happens towards the end, because she's like, hey man, like I want to meet everybody who knows, or like who is actually, who's immune. And the lengths that the hive goes to make Carol feel comfortable is just amazing, because of course she's a romance writer, writes a book, and last episode, we know that she was going to have the male protagonist in her book be a female protagonist, and be like a same-sex relationship. But of course she didn't want to do that, because she's not going to sell no romance novels like that. So the person who the hive figures out to bring to her to make her feel most comfortable is essentially the female protagonist that she always wanted. It's this lady named Zosha. And I mean, like, and the sequence is crazy, because she's first like helping with search and recovery of bodies, because like mad people died. And then she goes to the sequence where she gets on a moped. Off the moped, goes to a plane, flies a plane to New Mexico, gets off the plane, takes a shower, brand new clothes, then goes to the lady, to Carol's house. And just seeing the interaction between Carol And Zosha, like Carol is very standoffish, not a fan of it. But then after a while, she's like, oh, okay, like I kind of get what's going on. And of course, at that meeting, that she gets mad. Of course, Zosha kind of first starts tweaking out for the first time, and then they end up going meeting the others in Bilbao. Out of all the people that are there, there's this one dude, like the dude from French, named is Kumba. There's this Indian lady, and I believe there's two Asian couple, I think, or this Asian guy and this older Asian lady, and oh yeah, and like somebody who looks almost like indigenous to, it's like indigenous American, I think. I don't remember, but like they want to actually be a part of this thing. They're cool with it, and the oneness that the actual hive has is very accommodating. So like the Indians lady, the whole family is chilling with her. The dude Kumba has like essentially a brothel of women, and he's on like Air Force One, which was super hilarious. And they're like, man, like we're having a good time. And then the indigenous girl was like, yo, like I kind of want to be with my people. And Carol is like, well, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Like y'all, like the whole world is dying, and y'all don't want to try to fix this. And they're looking at her like, yo, really, what's your problem? Nobody. And Zumba's like, look, I mean Kumba, my bad. Kumba's like, look, nobody's there. No war. It's peaceful. There's been no murder. Everybody's is kind of chill about stuff. What's the real problem? And then she kind of speaks about, individualism, right to choice, right to choose, right to like, and she talks to what Zosha said, did you give anybody a chance to do this? Like there was no choice in the matter of this. And Zosha talks about how they had to kind of, when the military found out that they was doing this, had to kind of accelerate their plan to kind of, infiltrate the earth with this, into this utopia. And just a very interesting concepts of, especially one, like when being a Karen doesn't work and it actually goes against you, and how even in her most angry state, she still has like a shred of wanting to help, because on the real, she could have just been like, and it made like uses later on, but she could just be perpetually angry and just kill a lot of people, and kind of either one or two things will happen. Make the hive kind of like fall back on their heels and realize that this person is going to be reckless towards us, because the hive cannot commit any harm, which is another great stipulation. Like their intent is not to harm people. They don't even want to harm animals. So essentially they want everybody to be vegetarian, which Kuma was like, I can't even like, kill like a pig or something. And he was like, nah, we would much rather not harm anything. So this whole like utopia that they're trying to build is very very like, like 60s flower power type situation. Even like, like somebody who would be like a bunch of vegans. And I mean like veganism as like, like a way of life, not just, a dietary thing. But the fact that Carol has no control over her life, and she now has to do a couple of things. One, she had to bury Helen, which Zosha actually helps her with that. And then two, she has to really figure out how she's going to maintain herself through this, because the hive is trying to figure out why they're immune so they can then, bring him into the fold. And the quote unquote, the others are always actively working. I just love how the fact that everybody is so like in simpatico with each other. It's like, it's just like it's a very idealized way of what working together could be, but it's also like very false because that's not really true interdependency. It's literally, for lack of a better phrase, like one band, one sound. Like everybody's doing the same thing because they are the same thing. And I really wonder like how that's going to play out to like as the season progresses, because one, we don't even know, again, and my main question is who is controlling this hive? Because if this message came from billions of light years away, how does unlocking the RNA sequence like how does that work? Like I was very interested in that. And then secondly, how is Carol going to respond to people not really responding positively to her skepticism and her, to be honest, like her whiteness? Because as of right now, she's the only white person who isn't infected on Earth. And just some of that, like idealism that that white people kind of have when it comes to like, individualism, especially like in the context of America. Those are gonna be some very interesting themes to play on and to really kind of unpack, hopefully, because they already set it up. And it's just fun. Yeah, man, like her being a Karen is not gonna it's just gonna end up killing millions of people. Yeah, but that's really all I got with this one, man. Like, really interesting show. I love a mystery. It's sort of like a mystery thriller with like a little zest of post-apocalyptic. Yeah, like it's really. I know if you got through this and you haven't seen it, I would definitely, go see that. But yeah, that's all I got with this one. We will be reviewing Predator Badlands this week as well, so stay tuned. Also next week I think we're going to see Running Man, because that looks like it's going to be good. But yeah, till next time.